Coffee, decaf, hot tea, and hot chocolate. Those are the hot drinks that you serve, so get set. Hot cups come in two sizes, small and large to fill as the need arises. Coffee's holding time is 30 minutes, that's so long. It can stay there before it starts to taste too strong. Hot, hot, careful when you pour it. Hold it steady upon the counter, let it sit. Pour it in until the coffee reaches the line. Pop a top on it, gets a lid every time. Wendy's coffee tastes so fine. Hot drinks really get you going, warms you up when you feel you're slowing. Wendy's, we always serve it right away. Have a smile and have a nice day. Next is the cafe brew, it just like coffee. Use the orange pot, it makes it easier to see. But if you're using the packets in your store, put it in the small cup and furthermore, add hot water up to the line and stir it in. Put a lid on and serve it on a tray again. Get a small cup when you're ready for hot tea. Fill with hot water, it's easy as can be. Put the lid on and set the tea bag on the top. If they want lemon, it's very nice. Don't think twice, give the guests a juicy slice. Hot drinks really get you going, warms you up when you feel you're slowing. Wendy's, we always serve it right away. And a smile and have a nice day. Grab a small cup when you're making hot cocoa. Pour the packet and then you add your H2O. Use a clean spoon and stir it till it's all mixed up. Toss the spoon out and put the lid on the cup. Things are really looking up. Hot drinks really get you going, warms you up when you feel you're slowing. Wendy's, we always serve it right away. And a smile and have a nice day. Nice day.
Okay, and that was the Wendy's training video for hot drinks. I thought you guys might enjoy that little ditty of a song. So yeah, right now it looks like there's only one person in chat. That's always great. That could also just be me on my phone, just checking out the chat. But yeah, it's probably going to be, I'm going to give it a few more minutes just to see who else joins in, if anybody does. I think until then, I might put on another song. You know what? Since we had hot drinks last time, I'm going to add in cold drinks.
Drinks, cold. Are you ready? Here we go. Soft drinks, lemonade, water, cold tea. It's up to you. It's up to me. Cold drinks come in 4 cups. Gotta know the size before you fill it up. Biggie, medium, small, kids meal. Keep it straight. It's a good deal. Use the scoop to fill with ice. Never use the cup. Take my advice. For soft drinks, fill the ice halfway. No matter the size, that's what I say. Tilt the cup and push against the lever. Keeps the foam down now. Isn't that clever? If there's still foam, let it settle down. Don't pour it off, or your boss will frown. When you reach a 1/4 inch from the top, that's where you wanna stop. If the customers say they wanna stay, put the drink on the left-hand side of the tray. If the order's to go, put the lid on tight. Make sure it pops to do it right. Then hand that drink to the coordinator and tell the guest you'll see him later.
Don't forget to smile when you serve cold drinks. Always say thank you to the guest. You're the one that can make the difference.
For lemonade, things stay the same, half full with ice. I said it again, fill the juice to a 1/4 inch from the top, just like you did the pop. Water is a courtesy to our guests. Use a small cup, you know the rest. Now it's time to serve cold tea, but the ice is different. Listen carefully. Instead of half full, fill it all the way up to the top of the cup. Add the tea, and if they ask for lemon, put it here. Now that's a given. Cold drinks, that's all there is to it. Go ahead and try. I know you can do it.
Okay, looks like we got a few more people in chat. We see Cash is going, "What's up, tubes?" Mushroom says, "Rip Krober's channel." Cash is saying, "Bent ducks for out for filmy." Yes, indeed. Bent ducks out for me. Okay, so it looks like we got a few more people in chat. I guess I can probably go ahead and start the stream. I still need to get the bags ready for it. So. You know what? I'm gonna throw on just one more song while I get everything set up. Let me think. What's a good one? Oh, okay. I got one. I just gotta find it. Okay. And yeah, I'm hoping that tonight will be the finale of well, at least of this build, because I might do I might build the do some other Lego builds if you guys are interested. But yeah, so I'm gonna go take a quick break and to get the bags together. So just go ahead and sit tight for a few more minutes. All right, well, as much as I do enjoy Dance With Me from Night Train to Terror, I think you guys have waited long enough. So I'm going to go ahead and start the intro, and we'll get things started. Oh, and I'm on the wrong side of the screen. I just noticed. Okay, let me go ahead and fix that. There we go. All right, perfect. I'm right in the center. Okay, so tonight is hopefully, fingers crossed, the last, well, at least of this set. This is going to be the last stream where I build the UCS Millennium Falcon. We've certainly come a long way, and I did do some off-screen building, so I hope you're okay with that. And this time, I'm not going to be using my phone as the webcam, just because, like, even though it was working for me, I did run into some issues with it, just kind of being knocked over and whatnot. So I have a new webcam, so this is going to be the first time I've streamed with it. So I'll just go ahead and switch over to that. And there we go. So this is my new webcam. It's an Elgato Facecam Mark II. Got it from Amazon the other day. Hopefully this works out. I think so far the quality is really good. It's a nice crisp 1080p 60 frames per second for those of you who care about statistics like that. And yeah, there's my hand. let me actually tilt the camera down just a tad bit. There we go. Well, I guess the first thing I should mention is let me go into the camera hub, because there's this whole like okay, there we go. So I'll pull it back a little bit, and unfortunately you can see my computer. But yeah, as you can see, I did do some off-camera work on this guy, just kind of filling out some of it, like a lot of the back panels, some other stuff, just kind of fill it out. But the last move we got here is this part right here, which is going to be the cockpit, and then right up there is going to be where the Top Gun is going to be. So let's see. I'll switch back to camera B and then pull back just a tad bit. There we go. Okay. And let's see. Cash in the chat is saying, I've been suffering through COVID this week. It's been a very shitty time. I'm finally getting better, though. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that, Cash. Hope you feel better soon. And hopefully, if nothing else, this stream might help you, I don't know, provide some comfort while you're getting better. But yeah, so anyway, so we've only got like 2 bag numbers left. We've got 16 and 17. And let me actually tilt the camera just a tad bit lower so you guys can see when I'm doing better. Okay, let's point it further down. There we go. I'll move my laptop out of the way so you guys will be bothered. Okay. So yeah, now we're moving on to 16. As you can see, we've got 2 new minifigs here. Well, not necessarily new, but new for the set, or at least for this build. If I could move the camera. Yeah, I just realized I'm gonna have to do a lot of camera moving. So yeah, we got the old version of Han Solo and everyone's favorite character, Rey. Of course, these are from The Force Awakens. So let me go ahead and get these bags open. It's working. Hang on. Come on. Where are you? Where do we go? Okay. All right. Yeah, lol Ray. Yeah, I know exactly versus. Hang on. Ah, crap. Okay. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Let me just do something really quick. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to unplug this USB hub that I've been using. Let's see. Mushroom is saying, my brother got me sick, and I have a fucking interview Monday morning that I already had to reschedule once, and if I'm not better by then, I'm going to be very pissed. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm very sorry to hear that, Mushroom. And Goodley is saying, Force Awakens oughta stayed in bed. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so after those technical issues, hopefully we won't run into any more. But given the nature of my streams, that's bound to happen one way or the other. Okay. So, yeah, I'll try to move these bags out of the way and just try to get these pieces, like, in this little area right here. At least, like, the smaller pieces. But, yeah, feel free to, type in the chat. Tell me how your day's been, what you've got going on. We can talk about, whatever you feel like, and I'll respond to it whenever I can. I did see some people in the chat mentioning King Cobra JFS's channel going down. And also, let me know if you guys are having any drinks tonight. Let me first turn down the gain, because I was just worried that my mic might be a little hot. But yeah, I'm currently drinking a sparkling ice lemonade. So... And again, I will try my best not to burp as I have in past streams. Anyway. Although I've heard some of you weirdos out there actually kind of like the burps. So, you know, maybe I'll probably cool it on that, but I don't know. Oh, God damn it, not again. Man, this is really starting to piss me off. Okay. Later. Okay, come on. Why are you not connecting? Okay, hang on. I gotta. All right, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm already running into issues with this camera. I got to be very careful because the cable for it is like right here. You guys can't see it because it's off camera, but it's like very close. So I got to be very careful not to like bump into it by accident, but I'm sure that's going to happen anyway. Okay, so let's make sure I got the correct pieces. Yeah, okay. So this is the body. Okay, we got the legs for the older Han Solo. I want Jar Jar to connect Han Solo. I want to put a gun in Jar Jar's little hand. I want to kill Han Solo. Okay. Moving all these pieces out of the way. Yeah, maybe in a future stream I'll figure out how to do a better setup. Let's see, Monster Jet is saying there's supposed to be a full eclipse tonight, but I'm not going to be able to see it because it's too cloudy where I'm at, and it starts at like 2 in the morning. Yeah, that does suck. I didn't even know there was an eclipse coming, but then again, I am kind of shut in. So, I mean, aside from going out for work. It doesn't matter. I'm sure I'll eventually find it. Okay. Film, what is your body count? Do you mean like, what exactly do you mean by body count? Like how many people I've, done the deed with, or how many people I've killed? Because I'm not allowed to say my number for that for obvious reasons. Okay, I've got the torso for Han. So I'll pop that onto here. Oh yeah, let me actually pull the tripod back a bit. Okay. Let's see. Alright, the head. I don't think either of the heads are in this bag, so I'll check the other one. Film, what's your KD ratio? No idea. Yeah, that's all I can say. I have no idea. I don't know, 20-1 or something. Okay. Oh, there we go. There's the head for Han. Just need to find the hairpiece. Sort of joke about Harrison Ford needing a hairpiece because he's old. Let's see. Oh, I found it. Okay, I got it. He's so embarrassed, it's 0. You'd be surprised. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so we got the head and the hairpiece. If I can get, there we go. Okay, gotta make sure it's centered correctly. And there we have our Han Solo, well, older Han Solo minifigure. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's an old man. This is supposed to be him for from the Force Awakens. now I'm kind of miffed that I can't find some of the other pieces. Oh, okay. I see one thing for Han Solo that I can give him. His blaster. If I can get it fishing out. Oh, and there it goes. Okay. There it is. Okay. And there goes another one. Okay. Let's see. Still higher than mine. Lol, look who doesn't have a high rap sheet. Yeah, I know. I haven't committed enough crimes. Whereas Goodley, I'm sure, is like a mafioso compared to me. Okay, so let me get the blaster clipped on, and there we go. There's Han Solo. I don't know if you guys can see him well enough. Let me actually zoom in with the camera. Okay, gotta bring him up a little closer. There we go. So there's Han. He's got this little blaster here. Pretty, well, I mean, you only got like the front torso printing, but take the hair off. And he does have a face on the back, just kind of an angry scowl. It's like, what are all these damn kids doing on my ship? Chewie, where the hell are you, Chewie? We gotta get these young whippersnappers off my ship. Remember when saying Han Solo dies during the release of Episode 7, where you legitimately is that real? Like, because I remember that was a big spoiler for The Force Awakens, was that Han Solo dies. But I had no, but like, if people like actually did get assaulted because they revealed that, like, that is insane to me. I mean, I guess I wouldn't be too surprised because Star Wars fans can be very unhinged, but goddamn, like that'd be horrifying. Oh, okay, and we got the head for Rey. So, okay, let's see. Let's do because she also has two faces. We'll do this one, and then put the hair piece on like that. And here we go. I'll zoom in so you guys can see it better. Okay, let me move the camera. There we go. So there's Rey. Yep, Daisy Ridley in Lego form. And we can probably just take her and add... I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to throw her as like a joke, but... Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm better than that. But yeah, so yeah, we got the two minifigs, so I'll just set that over there. Okay. Because I know a lot of people like to say, oh my god, she's such a Mary Sue. Oh, she's the worst character ever. And I see Helm is in the chat. Welcome. I don't know. Like, personally, I didn't hate the Rey character. I mean, do I think she was a little overpowered? Yeah. And I don't know. I think the main issue I had with her character is that they didn't really give her a whole lot to do. At least I don't think they did. Which again kind of goes to that whole thing that I've always had about the sequel trilogy, where, you know, same as well about the prequels, but it at least seemed like George Lucas had an idea about where the prequels would go. Like he had a plan for it. But you know, with the sequel trilogy, it really just kind of feels like they had like no idea where they were going with it. They just were like, hey, we got, you know, the rights to Star Wars, this billion-dollar property, and we're just gonna do whatever the hell we want with it because we're Disney. Fuck you. You know, because like J.J. Abrams had his ideas, and Rian Johnson had his ideas, and they didn't really have like a moment where they just kind of sat down and they charted out like how each movie was going to tie into the other one, because like The Last Jedi doesn't really tie into Force Awakens all that much, and the Rise of Skywalker definitely doesn't tie into The Last Jedi. I mean, especially because, you know, Rise of Skywalker is essentially just damage control of the movie. Let's see. Goodley's saying, I had a dream I wore a paper crown on my 100th birthday. Film brings me a Dunkin' Donuts box. I open the box, empty, total darkness. I hand the box to Film, fill it up, and come back for my 200th. That's a very oddly specific dream, Goodly. I mean, for one, I don't know how to feel about you having dreams about me. I mean, I guess it could always be worse, but 8 was when the screw up started. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've kind of made my peace about The Last Jedi. You know, I mean, me and Mimi did that whole stream where we defended like certain movies. And I threw in The Last Jedi because I knew people would be like, "Oh my God, is he going to talk about how, you know, The Last Jedi is secretly like the best Star Wars movie ever?" And to this day, I still stand by that. No, I don't think it is. Like, even though I don't hate it as much as like other people do, I do recognize that it's not. I don't know. It's a movie that had a lot of potential, I think, but it just wasn't like fully realized, or at least like, you know, Ryan Johnson, say what you will about the guy, but he had a lot of good ideas. At least I think it's just a lot of those ideas weren't executed very well. And let's see. Mosham says the biggest issue with the prequels and everything to come after IMO was the escalation of the things you could do with the Force. Just you might want to turn the music down. Oh, okay. Yeah, hang on. Let me turn that down just a tad. Okay. Yeah, let me know if you guys can hear me better. Goodly, you. And then Sparky says lightsabers are mildly annoyed characters instead of outright killing them. Yeah, because we can't have death in a Disney film. Well, I don't know. I mean, my counterpoint to that would be Han Solo's death in The Force Awakens, because like, I mean, obviously his death wasn't like, you know, super graphic. Like he didn't, you know, get like his limbs chopped off or anything. Or it wasn't like the original Star Wars where that one guy got his arm cut off with a lightsaber and then you just see like a trail of blood left behind. Like it wasn't like that. But I mean, he was still like stabbed to the stomach with a lightsaber and that killed him. So I don't know. I mean, that's my main counterpoint is, you know, they did that and that was a Disney Star Wars movie. But yeah, aside from that, like, yeah, it's like you say, well, that and also like Snoke in The Last Jedi, like he was killed with a lightsaber. So, I mean, there have been times in the newer Disney films where they did actually die by a lightsaber. So, and I remember, I think Versus mentioned something about like they knew that Han was gonna die. I'll be honest, I kind of didn't know, but only because like I didn't know what they were gonna do with the movie. But I guess considering that Force Awakens takes a lot of elements from the original Star Wars, where they have an older mentor figure show up and then he gets killed partway into the movie. Like I probably should have seen that coming. And then let's see, Sparky says, "Oh, you mean the one he just casually walked into?" I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just my memory because Emily, it's been a few years since I've seen it, but I remember like Kylo Ren did literally just like stab him with the saber, like. But I don't know. I guess a part of me does like to think that Harrison Ford just like wanted his character because, well, Harrison Ford has said in the past that he felt the Han Solo character should die in, should have died in like Return of the Jedi because like he wanted Han to like sacrifice himself to blow up the second Death Star in Return of the Jedi, but George Lucas shot that down. I think the reason was because of like the toys or something like that. Like, Harrison, if you die in the movie, we can't sell your toys anymore. And the only reason I've been very vocal, like I said, versus Han Solo was supposed to die. Oh, hang on, I just realized I found a piece that I was missing for Rey. Her black sword. Snow White. Oh, yeah, the live action Snow White. I don't know. Like, I kind of mentioned this on Discord about the live action Lilo and Stitch movie. Like, I know people are gonna go nuts about like, oh my god, you know, this is the worst thing ever. The live action Snow White movie. Honestly, at the end of the day, I really don't give a shit, like at all. I mean, I'm not gonna go see it, and you fuckers can't pay me enough to go to see it. I mean, I don't know, like, okay, tell you what, if somebody donates, let's say, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a number, $50. Let's say that if someone on the stream right now donates, well, either right now or at least some point in the near future, if someone donates $50, I will go see that movie. Probably not opening night, but I will see it and I will review it. And that's my, you know, you can quote me on that. FilmNerd will review the live action Snow White for a $50 donation. And that's the only way I'm going to do it. And I threw out, let's see, that movie is going to suck. They ruined Cobra, hard pass from me. Again, like I said, I just don't give a shit. Because, like, I mean, people have already made this point, but, like, the only reason why Disney keeps making these live action remakes is because they're profitable, and they're profitable because of nostalgia, because people are like, oh my god, I love that movie as a kid when it was a cartoon, like, let's go see it in live action. And it's like, what could you possibly do in live action that you couldn't do with animation? Like, I don't understand. Like, it's like when the Lion King remake came out, like, everybody was going nuts over it, like, especially when, like, you know, oh my god, James Earl Jones is coming back to voice Mufasa. And it's like, I don't know, just who cares? Like, you know, if you really want to watch, you know, The Lion King, just go home and watch The Lion King, you know, the animated movie, the one that everybody loves. Like, you know, why? I don't know. Again, it's just, because, I mean, there are certainly movies that have been remade where you could tell the people who remade them, like, did it out of love. Like for instance, John Carpenter's The Thing. Like, that's a remake of an old 50s movie, The Thing from Another World. But Carpenter was a huge fan of the original. Like, he's even used clips of the original in his movies. Like in Halloween, there's a part where the characters are like sitting in front of a TV and they're watching The Thing from Another World. Like, that was a remake he did out of love. Or like Chuck Russell's 1988 remake of The Blob. Like, he is a huge fan of The Blob, and he thinks it was good as is, but he felt like, you know, there were some things he could do differently with it. And in my opinion, he made an excellent remake. I mean, I don't know if I'd say it's like better than the original Blob, but it's a remake that stands very well on its own. Like, you can watch the original Blob and the 88 remake back to back and get two wholly different experiences out of it. Which to me, like, I'm obviously not a huge fan of remakes, but like, if you are going to remake something, you know, do something different with it. Like, don't just do a copy paste of the original, because then it's like, well, what's the point? But, you know, with Disney, again, like, you know, they're not doing these remakes because they have a love for the original. They're doing it because they know people are going to go see it, because they love the original animated movie, and that's it. They're doing it just for money. Like, I don't know. I mean, I would say, like, you know, sail the high seas for those movies, but like, I don't know. Like, not that I'm necessarily against piracy, but like, I don't know. My whole thing is not necessarily, you know, saving money. And like, you know, saying fuck you to these corporations. But for me, it's more so just like the time thing, because like, even if you do save money by like not paying to see these movies, it's like, you're still giving up valuable time. Like, you know, the Snow White remake is, you know, however long, let's say like 2 hours long or something like that. That's 2 hours of your life you're never going to get back. Like, you know, is you know, pirating that movie really worth it? Let's see. I'm checking the chat. Mushroom is saying, when people go to buy tickets for those things, they should get a fell for it again, award ribbon. So I guess, FilmNerd, what is the best voice adaptation of Willy Wonka in your opinion? Yeah. Okay, the best adaptation of Willy Wonka. Well, there's only been like 3 movie adaptations. There's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory from 1971. There's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory from 2005. And then there's Wonka from 2022, I think, or 2023. I can't remember when that one came out. I mean, granted, I haven't read the book, so I don't know how accurate the movies are to the book. I mean, I know that Roald Dahl, who wrote the book, wasn't a huge fan of the 1971 film because of how much they changed it, and he was even against the casting of Gene Wilder because he didn't think he was right for the part. Even though, like, I myself and a lot of other people think that. I mean, obviously, not to say he was the best. Everyone else in the movie was bad, but he was, definitely the best. The best actor in that movie, and a large reason why it's still beloved to this day. But I guess in terms of like which one I'd say is the best, I guess technically Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, only because, and again, I haven't read the book, but from what I understand, that movie is a much more faithful adaptation of the book than the Gene Wilder version. But personally, I prefer the Gene Wilder version just because it's the one I saw first, and typically you like the thing you saw first better. And then Wonka, I was genuinely surprised by Wonka. Like, not that I thought it was going to be like, oh my god, this movie's going to suck, but I just didn't know what to expect with it. But I'll be honest, I actually quite enjoyed it. I don't think it's better than any of the other Willy Wonka movies, and also I don't think it was necessarily needed. Like, I don't think we really needed an origin story for Willy Wonka, but I still enjoyed it. Like, I mean, it helps too that Timothée Chalamet is a really good actor. Let's see. Doesn't matter what. Oh, that's a question. What is the best main role movie that The Rock has been in? Good question. I'm trying to think. I mean, I like the newer Jumanji movies, and he was the main character in those, or at least the main role in them. Let's see. What about the Johnny Depp one? And then coming back. Oh yeah, that's just because I'm moving away from the microphone, so that might be the reason why. So I apologize. I'll try to keep focus on the microphone from now on, just to avoid the audio trailing thing. Hang on just one second. I gotta check. Okay, I see it now. Okay, is your mic okay? Yeah, no, the mic's fine. Like I said, I'm just kind of going back and forth, moving around a lot. So the microphone should be working. I mean, my he's getting smaller and returned to normal size. Yeah, exactly. I watched this movie on a plane and I still walked out. That's 2 hours of your life you could be spending talking to strangers online. Yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like The Rock, especially nowadays, and definitely after all the stuff about him on the set of Red 1 came out, where he was constantly late for shooting, and there was the reports of him pissing in bottles and stuff like that. He's normal size and fully functional. Yeah. And I see a Cash saying I'm muted. I know for a fact I'm not muted because I'm looking at Streamlabs right now and my audio is going crazy. It's like wah, 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 wah. Yeah. Dwayne the Cock Johnson. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So I need this one. Wait. Well, okay, I do need this one, but there's a different piece like that I need. It might be, oh, okay, here it is. And then we need, or at least I need, one of these, tan pieces. What? Okay. He thinks himself down to Lego size to get a better view of the construction. 2 hours you could spend watching a sentient film reel who swears he doesn't like men and yet still kisses them playing with them. Yeah, no, exactly. I'm not gay. You know, I am a gabian. Yep, a male lesbian. I'll say it. I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm gay. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. And then what else do I need? Okay, there should be like a. Oh, here we go. That's a question. Does Film's PNG avatar have a mouth? I'll leave that for you to decide. I don't know. I'll be honest. When I came up with the avatar, I didn't really think of him having like, a body, let alone a mouth. Like it was literally just like a little logo I threw together in like 5 minutes on an Illustrator. Like I didn't really think that it would eventually become this fully fleshed out avatar thing. I'm glad that it's stuck, and I'm happy to see that people do like seeing it. My mom has a real talent for sitting the family down to watch the most nothing movies, and this Christmas it was Red 1. Shit's way too fucking long. Yeah, I did see Red 1 in the theater. I actually saw it with my soon-to-be brother-in-law, and I don't know. I mean, we thought it was kind of fun. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a great movie. Like, I would never go out of my way to like buy it on Blu-ray or anything and do an unboxing video. But I don't know. It was fun. I mean, it's very disposable. Is all I'll say. Like, not one of the worst movies of the year. Like, I'm sure there's far worse movies that came out last year. Like I will fully say that Joker Filet Adieu is worse than Red 1. I mean, again, not saying Red 1's a great movie. I'm just saying there were much worse movies that came out last year. So, I feel like the mouth is just the image of a mouth in the real segment. Yeah, no, exactly. One of the frames on my avatar's head is like a close up of somebody's mouth, which I can't remember because I remember somebody was asking me the lore of my character, which again I never put any thought into like the quote unquote lore of FilmNerd. It was just more kind of a spur of the moment sort of thing, and I was just kind of making shit up. But I think like the lore I came up with was that like my head, or at least like the head part of the film reel was like footage taken from a snuff film or something like that. I don't know, just something really stupid. Okay, what else do we need? Let's see. FilmNerd's PNG Sona talks like the Canadians in South Park. Yeah. I'm not your buddy, guy. You're not my guy. You're not my guy, friend. I'm not your friend, buddy. J.K. Simmons pulls Red 1 out of the nosedive to save the film because J.K. Simmons is just that awesome. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, J.K. Simmons is the GOAT. Like, he's one of my all-time favorite actors. Like, I'll watch him in just about anything. Though I will say, if I'm going to watch a movie starring J.K. Simmons, I would much rather watch something like Whiplash, which he won an Oscar for, and rightfully so, because he is a force to be reckoned with in that movie, just like constantly screaming at Miles Teller, like to the point to where Teller is like, bleeding from like playing the drums so hard. And of course, that movie's also kind of spawned a meme of J.K. Simmons going, not quite my temple. Oh, like, not quite my temple. It's all good. No worries. Here we go. Or something like that. But like I said, J.K. Simmons is the GOAT. And of course, I mean, even though, there are other great good elements to the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, like, can I just say that like him as J. Jonah Jameson is like one of the best casting choices ever, for anything. My man Whiplash is awesome. Yeah, absolutely. It's not my fucking tempo. Yeah, I kind of have to do that like fake shouting because you know, unfortunately, like most YouTubers, I live at home with my parents, so I can't really scream. So you know, you won't get a Miss Les from me. I love it for teaching me the insult weepy willow shit sack. Yeah, that's now I really need to rewatch Whiplash because I haven't seen that movie in a couple years. But I remember that one being really good. And like, I don't know, like don't get me wrong, as much as I love J.K. Simmons in that movie, I feel like Miles Teller should have also gotten, like, if not winning an Oscar, he should have at least been nominated because he is also really good in that movie. Like, you know, they're both like excellent. And also, again, not to call out Rogue specifically, but like that movie was put up by Blumhouse, which is of course his favorite film studio. But that's an example of like one of the better movies that Blumhouse has put out. So like, you know, Blumhouse isn't just known for making shitty horror movies like the Halloween sequels, or at least like the sequels to the 2018 Halloween. Let's see. He's also one of the villains in Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, that's pretty cool. I never played Baldur's Gate. Well, let alone 3. I think I played a little bit of it, but I never really got into it. I mean, I do enjoy the occasional RPG, but I don't know. It has to be like a very specific kind of RPG, or at least like, I don't know. It's oh shit. It's shit. No. I don't know. It's just kind of hard for me to like get into an RPG. Oh no, YouTube, the video of somebody dubbing Whiplash over Tenzin in Avatar Legend of Korra. Yeah, okay, I might check that out at some point. I don't know if I could show that on stream just because it's like copyrighted, I'm sure. Oh, here we go. I just gotta make sure these are in the right position. Let's see. Still have never seen the FNAF movie. Maybe if it came out in 2015 when I was still obsessed with the franchise. Yeah, I haven't seen it either. Mostly just because I don't care about the franchise. I mean, I don't know. And also, I saw Willy's Wonderland, or Wonderworld, or whatever it was called. And I feel like I kind of got as much out of a Five Nights at Freddy's movie as I was ever going to get from that. Like, I don't know. I unironically kind of loved Willy's Wonderland. I mean, is it like an amazing Oscar-winning movie? No, but I don't know. It's still a fun movie. I mean, you know, Nick Cage, like, just, you know, massacring a bunch of like animatronics is, I mean, how can you not love that? And also, it's got some pretty good gags, like the whole running joke about him having to take breaks during his shift. Like, there's that part where one of the main girls is like getting attacked by one of the animatronics, and because early in the movie, Cage is shown like looking at his watch and like setting a timer to go off like every hour so that he can take a break. Okay, there we go. That should do it. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Yeah, again, just technical difficulties, which is nothing uncommon here at FilmNerd Productions, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. No, not there. There we go. But I don't know. Thinking about like new movies that are out there, one I really do want to see is, and I mentioned it in my one of my latest unboxing videos the 4K steelbook of Snowpiercer, is the new Bong Joon-ho movie Mickey 17. Like I really want to see that because I've become a huge fan of Bong Joon-ho. I mean, there we go. But no, I was a fan of his like before Parasite came out, not to sound like a douchey hipster or whatever, but I loved him from Snowpiercer, and Parasite of course came out. So, and from the trailers, I think Mickey 17 looks really, it looks weird and out there, and I like movies that are weird and out there. Plus, I feel like Robert Pattinson has really shown that he could be more than just the Twilight guy, or at least one of the Twilight guys. I mean, hell, I feel like he proved that, even before, like, even before the Batman came out, with stuff like The Lighthouse. I feel like The Lighthouse really showed that he can actually be a good actor. Although I guess you could also say he's a good actor because he managed to be in the Twilight movies and like take it, seriously enough to like not get fired or whatever. But like I know he has said that like he hates the Twilight movies as much as everybody else does, like to the point to where he actually intentionally played Edward Cullen to be as like creepy and unnerving as possible. Like, because when he read the part, he read him as like a stalker or a serial killer. So that's how he. Get out of here. Sorry, I got an update. Have you watched the TV series of Snowpiercer? No, I haven't. I definitely would be curious to see it, but I don't know. Again, I would just much rather watch the movie. Unless like the TV series is like a really good adaptation of the movie. Oh yeah, Vince Markey mentioned Willem Dafoe. Yeah, Willem Dafoe is in The Lighthouse, and he's great. Like, just seeing him and Robert Pattinson banter back and forth and like just get drunk, like it's great. Like, yeah, I cannot recommend The Lighthouse enough. It's a damn good movie. And of course, it's from one of my other favorite directors, Robert Eggers, who also directed The Witch, The Northman, which is my favorite movie of that year, 2022, I believe. And he also directed my favorite movie of last year, Nosferatu, which I remember, like, when I was coming up with my list of, like, best and worst movies of 2024, when it came time to do, like, my pick for best movie of the year, it was a tie between either The Substance or Nosferatu, and I was really debating which to put on there, and I decided to put The Substance at number 2, which I feel kind of bad for because I love The Substance. Like, that is a theatrical experience I probably won't forget, anytime soon, because it was such a wild, like, insane movie that I cannot recommend it enough. I absolutely implore you guys to watch The Substance. It's great. And that being said, obviously I am upset that Demi Moore didn't win the Oscar for Best Actress for that movie, because I think she absolutely deserved it. But I'm also not upset by who won, because I literally watched Anora like before the Oscars started, and I really love that movie as well. Like, if I had seen Anora before, like sooner, that would have definitely been on my best of list, because that was also an insanely good movie. And I'm glad that Mikey Madison did win Best Actress, because she was also really good in it. But at the same time, I feel like Demi Moore still should have gotten it, just because, like, you know, Mikey Madison, she's still fairly young. She's, you know, kind of wet behind the ears. Like, she's still got a long ways to go. Like, she's got years ahead of her with her career. Whereas, like, Demi Moore has been in the industry for decades, and she's never won an Oscar. And, you know, I feel like with The Substance, she really... yeah, I think she should have won, now that I think about it. But I don't know. It is what it is, as they say. I will say, though, like, even though I'm also disappointed that it didn't win Best Picture, I kind of had a feeling The Substance wouldn't win, because I've mentioned it before in some streams that, like, the Academy is very biased towards horror films. Like, they don't like horror. Like, hell, they won't even acknowledge it at something as a horror film. Like, damn it. Okay, there we go. Sorry, my mic was muted. But no, like, what I was gonna say. Oh, Cash is saying, I'm heading out. I got a hot day with my left hand and a pile of roast beef. Catch you later, tubes, and film. You're one of the good ones. Thank you. Little TMI there, Cash. But either way, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a good night. Okay, there it is. But no, yeah, the Academy, like, famously hates horror. Like when Silence of the Lambs was taking home, like, all the Oscars, which, granted, that movie definitely deserved the wins because it's a great movie. But they were trying to, like, skirt around the fact that it's a horror film by saying, oh, no, it's not a horror film. It's a psychological thriller, which I think is complete horseshit, because it's a movie about an FBI agent who enlists the help of a serial killer who eats people, and in one of the most brutal scenes of the movie, like, you know, beats 2 cops to death, you know, after biting the ear off of one of them. And he's helping this FBI agent track down another serial killer who's, like, kidnapping fat women and, like, trying to make skin suits out of them. Like, that's not a psychological thriller. That's a goddamn horror movie. But again, you know, because it's, you know, getting Oscars, it's like, oh, it's not horror. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, honestly. I don't know. I just really hope that one day, like, horror is taken, like, more seriously by the Academy. But it probably won't. Even though, like, the horror genre actually has made strides when it comes to the Oscars, because, like, the first movie to ever win the Academy Award for best like makeup effects was An American Werewolf in London, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. I love American Werewolf in London, and that one absolutely deserved to win that award, because the effects in that movie, like, for a movie that's, like, you know, however many decades old, because that came out in 81, the effects in that movie still hold up really well. Like, that is probably one of, if not the best werewolf transformation sequences ever. Horror and animation are treated terribly by the Oscars. Yeah, that's true. I mean, granted, like, I don't know, because, like, animated films still get their own category at the Oscars, like, you know, best animated feature. But I don't know. I'd say they're looked more favorably upon than horror films, at least from what I can tell. Although it is kind of funny that like, you know, a Pixar movie was up for best animated feature, but it lost. Because, like, historically, whenever a Pixar movie has been nominated, it's almost guaranteed that it's going to win, because they always do. But that one, this time it didn't. Let's see here. Film random question: any tattoos you'd like to get one day? I've thought about getting a tattoo. I don't know what I would get though. I've kind of thought about getting like a tattoo sleeve where it's like a bunch of iconography of like some of my favorite movies. I mean, obviously a big one would probably be something like Star Wars, but it would be more than just like Star Wars tattoos, because I feel like everybody and their grandmother who's into Star Wars has done that. But it would also be like, you know, stuff from horror movies I love, like maybe an Evil Dead tattoo or a Nightmare on Elm Street tattoo. But I don't know, I just think the idea of having a tattoo sleeve of like horror movie imagery would be really cool. But yeah, aside from that, I don't know. I haven't really given much thought as to what kind of tattoo I would get. Mostly because getting a tattoo is expensive, and you know, it's one of those things where once you get it, you're kind of stuck with it. Like, I think there are ways you can like get a tattoo removed, but for the most part, they're permanent. Like once they're on, they're not coming off. I don't know. That's just a thought I had for if I ever got a tattoo. If I could ever afford to get one. Okay, so that goes there. Okay. And let's see, how does this clip onto here? Yeah, and the instructions aren't really clear about how this like clips. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh no, wait, that should go. Okay, yeah, now okay, I see. Sorry, the instructions weren't really clear on how this part gets attached. Let's see. Those always look sick. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the chat. I'd like to get a tattoo of some kind of bird on my chest because the hair there is vaguely bird-shaped. Oh, that'd be nice. Actually, speaking of chest tattoos, and hang on, I think the music's kind of getting a bit louder. I'm going to turn that down just a tad bit so you guys can hear me better. And same thing with like the music on my end, because it's getting kind of loud. There we go. That actually reminds me of when I was in Cleveland for the first Church of Chills that Full Moon was doing. One of the perks of going there was we got to see the then newest Full Moon movie called Death Streamer. I'm looking for and I'm trying to move the mic over so you guys can hear me better. Where is... Oh, I see. That's right in front of me. But yeah, so we watched Death Streamer before it came out, and I remember in the finale of the movie where the characters defeat the main vampire. They do it by luring him into a trap where the surviving like female lead wards out the vampire by literally undoing her top and revealing a crucifix tattoo on her chest. Like, obviously, as just an excuse to get her to show her boobs. But I remember I talked to that actress after the movie and mentioned, like, that I thought that part was, like, kind of funny. And asked her, like, if that's actually a tattoo she had, like, or if that was just something they added for the effect. And she confirmed that, no, it was just something they added for effect. Like a prosthetic or whatever. But, I don't know. I still think it would have been funny if, like, because I'm sure as part of Charles Band's casting process, I'm sure he has the girls like, show off their boobs, or at least like sees that they're willing to show boobs on camera. But I don't know, it would have been kind of funny if like she showed her boobs for Band and she just happened to have that tattoo, and he decided to incorporate that. But no, I don't know. Anyway, let's see. That's a good music track. What is that? Hotline Miami? No, it's just a random like 4-hour long video I found called "It's a Gaming Vibe: 4 Hours of Electronic Techno Type Beats DMCA Free Twitch Safe Stream." I'm gonna post a link to that in case you guys want to check it out. I mean, it does sound very similar to the Hotline Miami soundtrack. But yeah, I posted the link to that in the chat, so you're welcome. Okay. And then, let's see, I need some of those. Oh, here we go. I remember I met a guy who I remember I once met a guy who really liked the Dante's Inferno game and wanted to tattoo the enormous cross with the small details on his chest too. Oh yeah, yeah, that was a wild game. I remember when that game came out, and I was honestly kind of excited for it because at the time I owned an Xbox 360, so I couldn't play God of War. So I got Dante's Inferno because it was the closest thing to God of War I could play. I mean, now, since I've had a PlayStation for a few years, ever since I got the PS4 like a couple years back, I've been able to play the God of War games since, and I love them. Both the classic ones and the newer ones. But yeah, at the time I couldn't really play God of War, so that was kind of my substitute. And I don't know. I think the game's kind of underrated. I mean, it is definitely a God of War clone, despite what some of the developers say. But it's a decent game. But yeah, like that would be like an insane tattoo to get. And also, memory serves, I think like it's not really even a tattoo. It's like a tapestry that the dude like sews into his chest, which is, super fucking hardcore, man. No, yeah, that, I don't know. I mean, it is kind of badass, but it's also like kind of stupid. Good art design. Yeah, I will say that was one of the things I remember the most about that game was the art design was very wild and out there. Let's see. And I'm checking the chat again. Helm is saying, I don't care if people get upset at me. It's hilarious to me that the last boss, the devil with his dong out, and that you are crotch height slashing at it. Yeah, I remember because it's been years since I played that game, but I do vaguely remember the final battle being obviously against the devil, and he had it, and his dong was just hanging out there, and that's his weak spot is just his dick. And I remember the game also ended on a cliffhanger, but obviously that cliffhanger never got resolved, which I'm still a little miffed that it never got resolved, just because, I don't know. I mean, I honestly would have been curious to see what Okay, there we go. Sorry, Mike was muted. Okay, but I mean, it's kind of the same thing with even though I know a lot of people didn't like the game, the Force Unleashed 2 was kind of the same thing where I acknowledge it's not a great game, but I thought it was all right. But I remember I was really miffed that the game ended on a pretty big cliffhanger. Spoilers. The main dude, Starkiller, manages to capture Darth Vader, and they fly off. But then, as they fly off, Boba Fett chases after them, and I don't know. I was like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to see what they're going to do next." And then that never happened because then, Disney bought Lucasfilm, and as part of the deal, they basically destroyed Lucas Games, or no wait, LucasArts. That's the name of the company. Because they canceled that Star Wars 1313 game that looked very promising. Sorry, I'm just looking for another piece right now. So if you hear me, so if I go silent for a second, that's the reason why. Yeah, I really should have put more forethought into this instead of just like dumping everything out. Oh, I found it. Okay. All right. That just goes there. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. When that happens. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think it might just be like, because I'm using an app called SWB Audio app to like okay, there we go. And they wasted the best character from the EU, Kyle motherfucking Katarn. Yeah, yeah, I can't remember that because I know he was from was it Star Wars Shadows of the Empire, or am I thinking of a different game that he was in? Because yeah, I just remember they did the 2 Battlefront games, which were not good. I mean, I only played the second one, and that's mostly just because that one had a single-player campaign, because I'm not a big multiplayer guy. And the single-player campaign in Battlefront 2 was pretty ass from what I remember. But I will say they definitely redeemed themselves with Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. I mean, I don't think I like that one quite as much as Fallen Order, but I did still really love those games, and I'm really hoping they make a third one, especially because the second one also ends on a cliffhanger. Oh, I was talking about cliffhangers. Yeah, I know. Like, I kind of wonder if, if I don't know. I will say though that is like kind of funny to me. Like, at least with like movies, for instance, where you've got a movie that's not very good, and they have like a cliff. They ended on a cliffhanger because they were really hoping it would like spawn sequels, but the movie failed, so that never happened. Like even though I do enjoy it to a degree, the Super Mario Brothers movie, like, it is kind of funny to go back and watch that, knowing that it never got a sequel because everybody hated it. Which, that's a movie that, like, I don't hate the live action Mario movie, but I can understand why people, especially back in 1993, didn't like it, because they were expecting a movie based on Mario, and what they got was like this weird dystopian sci-fi, like, cyberpunk movie, which, I mean, to be fair, they hired the guys who created Max Headroom to direct it. Like, what were you expecting? But, like, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't call the live action Mario movie a great movie, but it's at least an interesting artifact of its time. Like, it's just so bizarre and out there that, like, I can't help but, like, weirdly admire it. And the fact that, like, the filmmakers, like, wanted to do something so different from the source material, but that kind of bit him in the ass. Kyle Katarn is the Chuck Norris of the Star Wars universe. Yeah, I believe it. But I don't know. I mean, again, it is just, but it's also just kind of funny to think about, like, what if the live action Mario movie was a success? Like, what would I cannot talk. What would a sequel to that have been like? I think there was actually a comic book that was made out of like a script for a potential Mario Brothers 2. I mean, I will say, like, obviously the Illumination Mario movie is technically the better movie, only because, like, it's more faithful to the source material, and honestly, that probably is what we should have gotten in the first place, is just an animated movie. But I don't know. I don't see I mean, even though I surprisingly really liked the animated Mario movie, especially given that it was by Illumination, I don't know. Like I don't see it having the same longevity as the 93 Mario movie, because like even though it does still kind of have a sour reputation, like people are still talking about it to this day. Whereas like nowadays, like nobody really talks about the animated Mario movie all that much. Let's see. Video game movies have a weird history. Gorilla World, where he takes on live action Donkey Kong. Yeah, that would be kind of, well, I guess also that kind of begs the question then, like how would they have done the like a live action Donkey Kong? Like, would it have been CGI or would it have been a practical effect? Like I'm curious if it would have been kind of like how they did Yoshi as like a puppet. Which, like, say what you will about the live-action Mario movie, that live-action Yoshi puppet is, like, one of the best parts of the movie. Like, it looks really good. Like, even nowadays, looking at it, I still think it's an amazing effect. The gorilla from SpongeBob should be DK. Yeah, that would be funny. And I know this verse has also mentioned that video game movies have a weird history. Yeah, I mean, there's that whole like video game movie curse thing where, more often than not, video game movies suck. And there is certainly truth to that. But I think there are definitely good video game movies out there. I mean, I still think that without a doubt the best one by far is the 95 Mortal Kombat, and I will not be taking questions. No, I still think it's a great movie. I mean, maybe it's not 100% faithful to the source material because it's, not bloody at all like the games are, but it's still like, it's is at least true to the spirit of the games, if nothing else. Like, and also I just think it's a really good movie. I mean, sure, a lot of the CGI doesn't quite hold up as well as I'm sure they would have liked it to, but I mean, for 1995, the CGI, like, I don't know. It was impressive for its time, and I think it kind of holds up in a weird way. Who else in the chat? Matt X is in chat. Hello. Versus saying Deke had to be forced by ABC to make a Sonic show more in line with the games. Now we get pretty good video game movies. I don't know. I mean, again, they kind of run the gambit. Like, there are some that are pretty good. Like, I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of the newer Mortal Kombat, but I mean, I guess like in terms of like being a movie that's more faithful to the games, sure. Because it's, R-rated, it's got, blood and violence and all that good stuff, but I don't know. I just didn't really care for it. Mostly just because the lead in that was like kind of a wet blanket. Like I didn't really care about him at all. And some of the effects were not as good. Like the fully CGI Goro, just, I don't know, it didn't have the same charm to me as the practical Goro from the original, where it was like a man in suit that I think still looks really good. And of course is voiced, I believe, by the GOAT, Frank Welker. And of course there's that great scene where Johnny Cage just like, does the splits and then punches him in the balls. Which, funny enough, apparently, when they were working on the film, they had kids like from the local arcade show up to kind of cross-reference everything and make sure they were accurate to the games. And one of the weirder questions the kids had was, what kind of balls does Goro have? So remembering that, they incorporated that into the movie. And also because like, even though the suit looked really good, it was kind of it was very hard to work with because it's like really heavy and it was very hot. Like some of the crew like jokingly said that Goro was a diva on set. Let's see. And versus saying I haven't seen the new MK movie. Yeah, like I said, the movie's, it's not terrible. Like, again, if you want more of a, I guess, traditional Mortal Kombat movie, that's, you've got that. But for my money, I would still prefer the 95 film. And looks like Mushroom is heading out. Have a good night, man. It was great seeing you. Okay. But I will say, if nothing else, I mean, granted, this isn't saying a whole lot, but I will at the very least say it is like way better than Mortal Kombat Annihilation. But then again, just about anything is better than Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Because yeah, that is a genuinely awful movie. But I don't know. It's also, and I do kind of hate to use the term "so bad it's good" because I feel like, I don't know, I never really liked that term because, or like guilty pleasure. It's like, you know, you should never feel guilty about liking something. Like if you like something, like it. I mean, you know, you could say you enjoy it for like the wrong reasons, or you like it in spite of itself, or whatever. But I don't know, if you like something, like it. But you know, that movie is, again, it's terrible, especially after how good the first one was. But I don't know, it's kind of funny in its badness, like when you got, you know, Musetta Vander as Sindel delivering some pretty bad lines, like, you know, when Katana sees her and she's like, "Mother, you're alive," and then Sindel goes, "Too bad, you will die." Or Brian Thompson just absolutely chewing up the scenery as Shao Kahn when he's like, "Earth is under attack and it is glorious." Yeah. Let's see. And I remember Lyndon Ashby, who was the actor who played Johnny Cage in the original Mortal Kombat movie. He was very dismissive about how the sequel would pan out because of the fact that they recast like just about everybody. Like, I think the only returning actors for Annihilation were Robin Shou and Talisa Soto as what are their names? As Liu Kang and Princess Katana, respectively. But yeah, everybody else is recast, and I know Lyndon Ashby was very critical of that. Like, he was basically saying it's kind of the equivalent of like, you know, going like, you know, seeing Star Wars and really loving it, and then seeing the trailer for Empire Strikes Back, and it's a whole new cast. It's like, you know, that's not Luke Skywalker, that's not Han Solo. Like, what is this? This is stupid. And he like said that, you know, the filmmakers were like, you know, like fucking morons or whatever. But yeah, Lyndon Ashby was, you know, pretty savage in his criticisms of Mortal Kombat Annihilation. And versus saying, "I hate watch League of Extraordinary Gentlemen." Yeah, that one's, I mean, I've only seen the movie one time, and I've never read the comics. I mean, I've heard the comics are really good, but then again, you could say that about just about pretty much any thing done by Alan Moore. But okay, there we go. But yeah, that one I just remember being, yeah, pretty bad. And also like the CGI just, it was just not good. Like it honestly, it looked unfinished, to be honest. But also like that one kind of hurts to watch because of the fact that like it ended two careers, because it ended Stephen Norrington's career, and it was also the last, well, at least the last live action film that Sean Connery was in before he, you know, because after that movie he retired. I'm just trying to make sure that you guys can see. There we go. But yeah, well, also I feel really bad that it was like Stephen Norrington's last film because I think Stephen Norrington was a really good director because he made he made Death Machine, which I admittedly haven't seen that one, but I've seen clips of it, and from the clips I've seen, it looks really cool. Sorry, I'm just looking for some pieces. But you know, he made Death Machine, and he also made, you know, he made Blade, and Blade is an awesome movie. Like, Again, the CGI doesn't quite hold up as well in that movie, but you know, again, there's a lot of movies in that time where the CGI just doesn't hold up. And then, of course, but then he made The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and that was like the last movie he ever directed. And it's a huge shame because he, I think, was a really good director, and he deserved better than that. Let's see. The comics are good until they get to more current material, like Around One, James Bond, and Harry Potter again. Okay, that's a little out there. Hang on, I gotta grab because there's like 2 specialty pieces for the cockpit. Yeah, here they are. These 2 I've been saving for a while. Yeah. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, the cockpit is starting to come together. There we go. There's the front. Okay. There we go. Okay. We're back. A dinosaur story. And then we just pop this down here. Make sure that's perfectly aligned, and there should be like 2 clear pieces that I use to kind of pop that into place. Got the other one. You said pit. Oh, Sparky, get your head out of the gutter. Like, seriously. Okay. But one thing I always love pointing out about Blade is the fact that, like, when Wesley Snipes was describing the character of Deacon Frost, the villain played by Stephen Dorff, he described him as being the kind of guy who would try to ice skate uphill. And Stephen Norrington, the director, and David S. Goyer, the writer, loved that so much that they added that line to the script. So that's how we got the line, "Some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill," which is, you know, easily the best line of the movie. And I remember they actually used that line, or at least a variation of it, in Deadpool and Wolverine, which I thought was really cool. Because he says something like, "Some fuckers are still trying to ice skate uphill," or something like that. And I also find it funny that in that movie he's like, there's only one Blade, only one. And it's funny that he says that because, like, Marvel has been like trying to make a new Blade movie, but it keeps running into like production issues. Like they can't find a director or something like that, and it just like never seems to pan out. Like, even though they do have it like somewhat cast, like they've got Mahershala Ali as Blade, which, you know, I really don't think is a bad casting choice because I love him as an actor. And they've also got Mia Goth, who's like my bae. Yeah, I have a huge crush on her. But yeah, they just can't seem to find a director for that. And so I don't know if it even is still going to happen, but it's just kind of funny how, in a way, Blade's remark in Deadpool and Wolverine kind of came true. That, like, it seems like there really can only be one Blade. Okay, so this should go, let's see. Oh, okay. Just kind of snaps onto here. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of these like little like rod pieces that you have to kind of slide into stuff. Okay. Yeah, let me see if I can even like slide it in. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then we just kind of hang on. Let me check. Okay, let's see. Off topic, but do you know about the 2010 MK movie? I got that picture from a Deadpool cameo in the Spider-Man cartoon. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I did hear something about that. Like it was a fan film or something like that. That like really blew up online, so that was made into like a TV series or something like that. But I've heard it's supposed to be really good, and I know Michael J. White was in it as like Jax, because in the other movies, like they wanted to cast him to play Jax, but he like couldn't due to scheduling conflicts, because like with the first movie he couldn't do it because he was working on a Mike Tyson biopic called, well, Tyson, and for the second one he couldn't do it because he was working on Spawn. But no, I would still be curious to check that one out because I do really love Michael J. White. You know, I think he's a really cool dude. I mean, come on, he's Black Dynamite. Okay. Hang on, this piece is like really starting to bug me. 'Cause I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, I see where I messed up. Again, the instructions aren't 100% clear, or at least like maybe they are clear and I'm just stupid. Yeah, let me try something. There we go. Okay. Okay, I got it finally. Okay, so now I gotta get it back off, and now I gotta find the piece that is supposed to slide in. Oh, okay, I found it. Got it. Okay, so that goes here. This goes here, and then. There we go. Okay. All right, and then we just get this onto there. Okay, now that should do it. Let's see. There we go. Okay. I got it. Finally. Okay. Let's get the extra pieces out of the way. Yeah, I think this is mostly just going to be more like kind of finishing putting the the cockpit together. All right. So, what do we need next? Okay. Okay, I need the small bag. So it looks like, okay. We need this and this pulley piece. I just want to make sure I'm putting right. Okay. All right, so let me see here. Stop snickering, Sparky. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see. What else do I need? Oh. Okay, grab that. And then some more like small pieces. Actually, here, I'm going to try to like see if I can move. Oh, wait, never mind. Okay, I found the piece I was looking for. Okay, sorry. I was just checking to make sure the mic didn't go out because like I don't know, every so often it seems to on kind of a whim. So okay, just again trying to make sure that I'm on top of it. Yeah, I'm just trying to be careful with like the smaller pieces because I just know that knowing me, I'm probably gonna lose these like really easily. Okay. Okay, now this is where we need one of the little yeah, one of the old-timey pistol pieces. Which I find it kind of weird that like Lego is all like family friendly and like refuses to have guns in their set, but yet they still use this like old school like pirate pistol, like kind of like I think it's called a flintlock pistol. I don't know. I'm sure some gun nut in the chat's gonna correct me on that. To which I say, you're probably right. Okay. So let's see. Grab that. Then this. Okay. Again, this is mostly just going to be me just kind of putting the same pieces down. I'll try to see if I can make the stream more engaging. I don't know. I'm not really good at this. And I'm also kind of... Oh, I see. Okay, it looks like Versus is heading out. You have a good night, Versus. Again, thanks for stopping by and hope to see you again in the future. You know, I'm thinking about maybe... Because I don't know. I would feel bad about, like, you know, building up, finishing up the cockpit and then just, like, stopping it here and then... But I don't know. People are starting to drop out, so I think at some point I might... So I'm thinking I might cut the stream in a little bit. I'll just kind of keep going with this for a little bit because I want to at least like get to the point where I can like attach this onto the Falcon. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh wait, never mind. I found it. Okay, I was looking for one of these little black rod pieces. Okay, we got that. Grab this, and then we need this guy. Hope you guys didn't hear the dog barking for a second there. Okay. Okay, I see how it connects on. So just kind of like that. Okay. All right. Looks like we're coming along fairly well. Let's see, there's another piece I'm trying to find, but I can't seem to. Is this? Okay, yeah, this is it. Got it. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, not this one. I need a longer one. That should be this guy right here. Okay. All right. Let's see there. Okay, here's another one. Okay. Keep that folded down, and then this should go. If I could find the right spot. Wait a minute. Hang on. Oh, hang on. I think I did something wrong. Hang on a second. Okay, yeah, that. Hang on. I just realized I fucked up again. Okay. Yeah, I did this wrong. Okay, I gotta go back. Well, again, I'm glad I caught it at this point and not like much later into the build, because there's nothing worse than like building something and then realizing at a certain point way later that that you missed something. Come on. There we go. Okay. That is a terrible headache indeed. Yeah, no kidding. Because I've actually run into that situation a few times. Hell, on some of these building streams. Okay, I think that oh yeah. Okay, I need this piece back on. There we go. Okay. So let's see. That should be correct. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. That's much better. Though I'm still not a fan of like this little gap down here, but I guess like that's the way I'm supposed to do it. Okay, but yeah, I don't know. I'm still like a little perturbed by it, but I'll cope, as they like to say on the internet. Okay, so okay, now finally we're getting to the part where we can like attach this onto the Falcon. Okay, so let's see. I think this is just another case of I'm just like kind of repeating some of the same steps as before. But yeah, hopefully this time I won't fuck it up. Okay. Yeah, I will say though that like, you know, no matter that I would still wholly recommend, like, I mean, obviously it's a very expensive hobby, but I still do think that, you know, building, you know, Lego building is like weirdly therapeutic, like especially when you get to a point where you know, you feel like you've, you know, done this, made a success in building, and you can like see the whole model like coming to fruition. Like there is something really satisfying about that. Let's see. Is it true that there are people who make cash by building Lego sets for people, paid builders basically? I'm sure there are people like that. I don't know for certain. I mean, I know that there are like, because there's this local store not too far from where I am, that where you can actually sell Lego sets. Like, sorry, I'm just checking to make sure that I am doing the right thing. But no, there are local stores where you can actually sell like fully built Lego sets, and people will buy them. I mean, I've done that before. I've actually sold quite a few sets. Oh, okay. I missed another step. Well, again, I'm glad I caught it now and not much later. But yeah, in terms of like paid builders, I don't know if that is a thing. I'm sure there might be, but I'm just not aware of it. Okay, that's supposed to stay on. Yeah, turn it. There we go. So that goes back there. But I don't know. I feel like that would also be kind of, I mean, obviously I'm sure that'd be a good way to make cash, but I feel like then what's the point of like buying a Lego set if you're not even going to build it yourself? Like, why would you pay somebody to build it for you? Like that just sounds really stupid to me. I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense. Although I kind of wonder, like, if you can get paid to like build sets for people, I'm curious, like, what the how it works. Like, if it's a commission thing, like you get paid a flat amount, or if it's like you charge them by the hour. Because like, if it were me, you know, doing it, I would charge by the hour. Like, and well, I guess it would also depend like the complexity of the build. Like, for instance, if somebody was paying me to build this set for them, I would charge probably like $25 an hour, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I will admit I'm kind of bad at like selling myself. Like, I always kind of lowball it, mostly because like, especially when it comes to jobs, I've always like not been very good about selling myself and like kind of lowballing it when it comes to like what kind of rates I want to make at work. Okay, there's that. Let's see. Film, what planet would you like to visit in the Star Wars universe? That's a good question. I mean, I guess like off the top of my head, Coruscant would be a really cool planet to visit, just because it's like very futuristic and, you know, it's definitely the most sci-fi out of all, like very futuristic. I don't know. I mean, Mustafar would be kind of cool, but it's also just a giant lava planet. Let's see. I think depending on the size of the set, such amount of pieces, how those people charge their fee. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so now we get to attach this onto this guy. So, all right, I'm gonna get up. Now I just gotta figure out how this thing clips in. Okay, I'm gonna try to like keep the microphone steady. Yep, sorry, I just had to loosen a part of the arm so I could, get it up closer to my mouth. And then I'll move the camera up a little bit so you can see where it goes. Okay, there we go. Just making sure the audio is working. Okay, so I'm probably going to step away from the mic. Let me actually turn the gain up so you can hear me better. Okay, so I'm about to attach this onto that. So let's see here. Okay, and then I guess so the next page will show like how this part connects. Maybe. Let me see. Okay, so we need this piece that should go right about here. Yeah, I'm gonna. All right. Okay, there's that, and then this should go here. Okay, and then this little doohickey. It looks like this connects right there, I think. Sorry, I'm checking the reference picture to make sure that I get this right. Or hang on a second. Okay, that should do it. All right, so the cockpit is now secure, so that's good. The Falcon is big enough to act as a shield or chest plate, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this thing would be like really heavy to carry around as like a shield or something, or hell, even a chest plate. Okay, so let's see. How much more do I have to do? Because obviously the rest of it's just going to be filling in these gaps. Okay. Let's see. How long have I been going now for? Oh, wow. Almost 2 hours. Okay. Yeah, it looks like there's still a couple pages left for this. I don't know, because the main thing I wanted to do on stream is just get the cockpit attached to the model, and I've gotten that far. So I think for the next part of it, because I've been going now for almost 2 hours, for a little over 2 hours. Yeah, like almost 2 hours. I think I might call it here, and I'll finish this part off camera, and then pick it up next time with the let's see. Film, imagine if you had a cat and they thought the Falcon was right on their favorite. Oh, yeah, exactly. The cat would be all over this thing. It would be a nightmare. But anyway, so yeah, I think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut it here just because, like, you know, it's getting late and people have been dipping out. So I do want to thank you all for tuning in for this. I'm sorry I didn't finish it like I thought I would. But hopefully next time, whenever that is, I'll finally get this thing done because I've been working on this for months now. And don't get me wrong, I love building this thing. Like, this is easily one of, if not my favorite Lego sets that I've ever built. But part of me does really want to get this thing done. But I guess to kind of wrap up, obviously you can follow me on my socials, Facebook, Twitter, or X, Instagram. I got a couple new videos out, both of them unboxing videos. I did one on the Snowpiercer Steelbook from Lionsgate. That's an Amazon exclusive. And I did one on the Toxic Avenger 4K box set. Those should have gone up like a few minutes ago. Definitely check those out and let me know how the camera quality is, because I tried filming them with this new new webcam I got. So let me know how the quality is. If it's good, I'll keep using it. If not, I might switch back to my phone and just see what else I can do. But yeah, and also aside from that, I'm still working on the subspecies video. I've gotten like almost, well, I wouldn't say halfway done. I'd say maybe like 2/5 of the way done. And then I'm saying already, good night, film. It was nice hanging out with everyone. Yeah, no, exactly. But yeah, I guess just finally, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Look forward to more videos and more reviews coming out very soon. And until then, I will see you guys. Let me pull the Streamlabs back up. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.